Before the Ninja Turtles were a worldwide phenomenon, their idea was crazy. It sounded too weird to bet on. Just two underdogs and a tiny makeshift studio that was basically just grit, paper, and a stubborn need to create. Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird didn't just make the first comic because it was marketable. They made it because they needed the Ninja Turtles to exist. Even if you tried to explain that to others, they would think you're nuts unless you could see it on the page. So they did what underdogs do. They built the proof. They scraped together their money, borrowing what they could, stretching every dollar, turning a wild idea into ink and stapled pages. And they printed the first issue like a message in a bottle. Either the world would get it or it doesn't. And then the impossible happened. It sold out. That little black and white indie comic didn't just succeed, it detonated. Word spread, demand exploded, and suddenly this crazy idea had receipts. So when it was time to bring the Turtles to the big screen, you'd think Hollywood would immediately understand the assignment. Most studios didn't. Major players paused, doubted, hesitated, because the Turtles were still too risky and too strange, still too unproven. But the Turtles were resilient and wasn't waiting for permission. Eastman and Laird helped finance the movie themselves, teamed up with Golden Harvest, and pushed it forward with the same energy that they made the comics. If the gatekeepers weren't going to open the doors, then they'd kick open the doors themselves. So the team brought in a secret weapon, Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Suddenly, these weren't just costumes, they were characters, suits, and puppetry so advanced that the Turtles felt alive, expressive, physical, believable, and grounded enough to work in the gritty New York City. And the numbers are still insane. The budget, $13 million. The results, around $200 million in worldwide box office tickets. That's not just a hit, that's an underdog story turning into a full knockout. Proof that heart, risk, and craftsmanship and can beat the biggest companies even if they have way more resources. So next time you see those four shadows dropping from a roof, remember, this wasn't born in a large, affluent studio. It was born in a tiny room where two creators refused to let crazy ideas die unmade. Because sometimes the only way to be understood is to create the thing people said shouldn't even exist. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. We've got more content coming your way. Thank you again for watching.